Just one dream, one step, and today, this poor boy became a millionaire. Money with Wings Sparkles discover his secret too. In the heart of New York City, tucked away in a neighborhood often forgotten by the bustling world, lived a boy named Jack. His apartment was small, cramped, and always filled with the soft hum of his parents' exhausted voices. They worked tirelessly, his mother cleaning offices during the night shift, his father delivering packages before the sun even rose. Money was always tight, and sometimes there simply wasn't enough to cover food, let alone the little luxuries most kids took for granted. From a young age, Jack understood what it meant to struggle. He didn't grow up with video games, toys, or birthday parties. On some nights, the refrigerator was almost empty, and the sound of his mother sighing as she cooked a simple meal of rice and beans would echo through the small apartment. He would lie awake, staring at the ceiling, feeling the pangs of hunger and the weight of worry, not for himself, but for his parents. "I wish I could help them," he thought. "I wish I could give them a life they deserve." Despite the hardships, Jack had one thing that money couldn't buy: hope. Deep inside him, a tiny flame of ambition flickered, refusing to be extinguished by poverty or circumstance. He dreamed of a life where his family wouldn't have to worry about bills, where he could make a difference not just for them, but for himself. He didn't have access to fancy schools or tutors, but he had a curious mind and an unyielding determination to learn. Jack spent hours at the local library, the smell of old books mixing with the faint aroma of dust and polished wood. He read about successful entrepreneurs, innovators, and people who had turned impossible situations into opportunities. He read about Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and countless others who had risen from humble beginnings to incredible success. Each story ignited something within him, a belief that if they could do it, maybe he could too. School was another challenge. Jack couldn't afford new clothes or sneakers, and kids often teased him. "Why do you even try?" they would mock. "You'll never be anything." Their words stung, but instead of breaking him, they fueled his determination. Jack learned early that the world could be cruel, but resilience and hard work were more powerful than ridicule. After school, while other kids played or relaxed, Jack worked. He did small jobs, washing cars, delivering newspapers, tutoring younger kids, to help his family. Every dollar he earned was saved meticulously, sometimes for a book, sometimes for a small online course. Jack didn't know exactly how he would make it big, but he believed that every small effort, every step forward, mattered. The turning point came when Jack was 13. He discovered coding online. Initially, it seemed impossible. He didn't have a computer of his own, just an old library terminal he had to share with dozens of other kids. But Jack was patient. He would wake up early in the morning or stay late at the library, learning every line of code he could, experimenting with tiny projects. He made mistakes, endless mistakes, but he celebrated every small success, every program that actually worked. By the time he was 16, Jack had built his first website. It wasn't fancy, but it was functional. He started offering small services to local businesses, helping them set up online stores, fix websites, or manage social media. The money was modest, but it was a start. More importantly, Jack realized that he could create value, that his skills could actually make a difference. High school was a challenge. Balancing schoolwork, his part-time jobs, and his growing passion for tech required an incredible amount of discipline. Jack often went without sleep, surviving on coffee and sheer willpower. There were days he felt like giving up, days when the weight of responsibilities seemed unbearable. But every time he saw his mother exhausted from work or his father coming home defeated, he found a new reason to push forward. Jack's hard work didn't go unnoticed. A local mentor, seeing his determination and potential, offered guidance and resources that Jack had never imagined. He learned about entrepreneurship, business planning, and investment. The mentor taught him not just how to code, but how to think strategically, how to take calculated risks, and how to turn ideas into real opportunities. At 18, Jack faced his biggest risk yet. He invested the small savings he had, borrowed a little from his mentor, and launched his first startup, a small e-commerce platform for local artisans who couldn't afford big websites. The beginning was rough. There were failures, bugs in the system, angry customers, and sleepless nights. But Jack's resilience was unwavering. He listened to feedback, learned from mistakes, and improved the platform tirelessly. 2 years later, the startup started gaining traction. Local media noticed it, praising Jack's innovative approach. Sales increased, investors showed interest, and Jack found himself in a whirlwind of opportunity. The boy who once stared at an empty fridge was now negotiating contracts and managing a team. Every step forward reminded him of his journey. Every success a tribute to the years of struggle, hope, and determination. By the age of 24, Jack became a millionaire. He had created a thriving business that not only provided for his family but also helped countless small business owners establish themselves online. His parents finally had the comfort they deserved, and Jack became a source of inspiration for his community. People who once laughed at him now sought his advice and guidance. Looking back, Jack often reflected on the hardships that shaped him. Poverty had taught him empathy. Struggle had taught him perseverance. And every tear shed in the quiet nights of New York had been transformed into fuel for his dreams. He understood that success wasn't just about money. It was about resilience, courage, and a refusal to give up, no matter how impossible life seemed. Jack's story became more than just a tale of financial success. It became a story of hope, inspiration, and the power of the human spirit. It reminded everyone that no matter where you come from, no matter the obstacles in your path, dreams are possible if you are willing to work for them relentlessly. Today, Jack continues to expand his business, mentor young entrepreneurs, and give back to the community that once seemed impossible to rise from. His life is a testament to the idea that circumstances don't define you, your determination does. From a poor child in New York to a millionaire entrepreneur, Jack's journey is a reminder that every struggle carries the seed of opportunity, every challenge holds the promise of growth, and every dream, no matter how distant, is worth chasing. Money with Wings sparkles. The American dream is real, and Jack lived it, not because luck favored him, but because he refused to give up.